Coming up on Hold That Thought, 162 regular season games have come and gone, and the MLB playoff field is all set. Our debaters will tell us which of the 4 wildcard teams they believe have the best chance at a World Series title. And the Bombers football team remains undefeated after a win against Hobart this weekend, but who on the defensive end has been the most impactful? And the field hockey season improved to 8-2 on the year with their win against Rochester, but our debaters will break down whether or not they have the best chance at the Liberty League title. We'll discuss all of this and more tonight on Hold That Thought. Well, you know, a lot of people like to poke fun at special teams when talking about football, and no one in special teams unit takes more of a beating than the kickers. But this week, I met up with Ithaca Bombers kicker Nick Bamunde, and he gave me a lesson on how to drill an extra point.
As long as it goes in, that's what matters. It doesn't have to be pretty.
All right, here with Nick. He's going to teach me how to kick some field goals, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself on television, so let's do it.
First thing that's important, plant foot's going to be right about here, about a foot from the ball, a little bit in front of the ball too. You're going to kick it sideways, just like this. You don't want your toe pointed down. You don't want to toe it, just sideways, perpendicular to your other foot. You're going to lift the ball up. You want your leg to go up and through instead of just straight. That's how you get height on it. You want to kick the ball just about right here in the money spot. It's about a third of the way up the ball. Kick it and kind of pray it goes in.
Okay.
Right. So I'll try to give one a go. Go back 3. Make sure it's all straight. Over 2. Line up. Then you take a small little jab step with your left foot. Big right step. Plant with your left. Kick it through. You want to keep everything straight through. Right to the uprights. Look. Oh, just like that. You got it?
All right, yeah,
it.
I think so. There we go.
So give her a whirl.
Okay. Now, I have baseball cleats on, so if I miss it, that's 100% why I miss it, so everybody knows.
Look at that.
Natural.
He's a natural. He is a natural.
That's all because of the teacher right here. That's all that was.
Of course.
It didn't look as good as his too. To finish off here, we're gonna have Nick kick a 50-yard field goal. And again, we're gonna have him show why he's doing this and I'm not doing this. So Nick, whenever you're ready, take it away. Oh yeah.
Oh, well done. Well done. Not too bad.
Appreciate
listen,
it.
That was good form. I mean, I don't know. If I was him, I'd be a little worried that you were trying to come take his job.
Oh, well, look, there's a lot more to that package than we actually saw. There was a lot more footage that didn't go into that. That 25-yarder, I will say, was on the first try. We tried it from 30. It didn't go. Well, as the sun sets on what was practically a perfect day for a round of golf, sunny skies, not too warm, I am here at Traditions Golf Course, but the day was about a lot more than just the score after 18.
This is really an event that was born out of love.
Isaiah Kazavinsky is an 8-year NFL veteran and the son of Maggie Kolakowski, who from 1947 to 1959 spent her life in the children's home of Binghamton, New York.
There was 2 women there that took her under her wing, and when no one else loved her, they did.
Being a former NFL star, Kazavinsky believes he has a certain responsibility to the organization that so deeply impacted his life.
I just didn't get to the NFL by myself, and I think every elite athlete can honestly say that. Amazing group of people, and then understanding what you're passionate about and how you can use the platform to affect change.
Kazavinsky, a native of Endicott, New York, did just that by founding the Maggie Memorial Golf Tournament. Something he did not only for the children's home, but for the legacy of his mother.
Just an unbelievably loving human being that passed away when far too young when I was in high school, and always knew I wanted to find some way to commemorate her, and just an amazing person that she was.
But Kazavinsky isn't the only ex-NFL star who comes out to show support.
The children's home, has done a lot of good in the community, and it's just an opportunity to come out here and support, lend some help, and maybe get some more eyes on it.
I've played here a number of times, and I've always been really impressed with the people at the children's home, George Germany and his staff that have just, they just work all year long to make sure that they're making a profound impact on the lives of vulnerable youth.
But for Kazavinsky, it was his own passion that made love from the event shine through.
Anyone that kind of has worked hard, gained some level of success, being able to kind of shine that light towards something else that you're really, really passionate about, I think is really important.
And shine the light he has, as over the past 15 years holding this, Kazavinsky and the tournament have raised over $350,000 for the children's homes and their various programs. In Johnson City, I'm Casey Honigbaum, 12 News. And how about on the diamond? The AL wildcard race is coming down to the wire. 4 teams are still neck and neck. The New York Yankees currently hold the #1 wildcard spot, with the Red Sox a game behind them in the second spot, rather. The Blue Jays sit a game behind the Sox, and the Seattle Mariners are a game behind them. There's legitimately a scenario where each team remains tied, a 4-way tie. If the Mariners win their final 6 games, the Red Sox win 4 of 6, the Yankees win 1 against the Jays and 2 against the Rays, and the Blue Jays take 2 of 3 from the Yanks and sweep the Orioles. Did you get all that? We'll get a 4-way tie. Well, how about the ACC? Number 9 Clemson against the NC State Wolfpack. Look, I think we can say that Clemson's season so far has largely been a disappointment. And I'm looking at NC State's quarterback, Devin Leary, who's thrown for almost 800 yards so far this year, 6 touchdowns. Clemson barely beat Georgia Tech last week, while the Pack's coming off a 45-7 win. I say look for some fireworks here. It always favors the underdog. All right, guys, well, I'm telling you what, it's going to be really hard to not pick the game that's going on behind me in a couple hours. That's Ithaca and Hobart, but it's been my theme, SEC football. I'm going with Ole Miss and Alabama. Hotty toddy or roll tide. I don't really know which one to pick at this point. All I know is Matt Corral can sling it for the Ole Miss Rebels, and I'm really excited to see what they can do. But you got to look at Nick Saban. He's never lost to one of his assistants, ever. Is it going to start today? Who knows? But Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels have had some quiet confidence this week, so I'm looking for them to get that steam rolling against the Tide, and I think it's going to be a great game. Do you think that old school mentality, kind of those unwritten rules, do you think they still have a place in the game today? Or do you think that with kind of the new swagger and energy of some of the younger and newer players, do you think that that's kind of going by the wayside? This year has made just tremendous strides for, social justice and social awareness. And I saw that they asked you about your decision to kneel during the anthem. And I was wondering do you think that as a professional athlete, do you think you guys have kind of a unique ability and almost sort of a responsibility to be that extra advocate for more social change? Well, it's like Caridi said, it's anticlimactic taking the whole thing down, and you can't help but feel a small sense of post-show blues. But one thing he made sure to point out was the more efficiently that they're able to take it down this year, the easier it'll be to put it up next year. In Endicott, Casey Honigbaum, 12 News. Welcome back to the show. It's Hold That Thought, ICTV's #1 sports debate show. Let's get into our last debate topic. Week 3 of the NFL has almost come and gone, but it hasn't happened without its fair share of injury trouble. Which of these major injuries do you guys think is going to have the biggest impact on its team? Not your fantasy team, the actual team. Matt, let's start with you.